Hello, we're back again. Sisters Talk.
Sisters Talking. My name is Jaden.
Ashley over here.
Shandell.
Sanaa and Ty.
So today the topic is going to be on fathers. I think we're going to touch on if we could change one thing in our relationship, what would it be? So first, I should announce that we don't have the same father. Well, apparently, obviously, she's not our sister. But Tatiana and Jaden had the same father, and me and Ashley both had different fathers. Why did you do that?
Because my name is Ty.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ty has a different. Ty and Jaden have the same father, and then me and Ashley both have separate fathers. So with that being said, to be honest, I don't have one thing to change about the relationship with my father because we don't have a relationship at all. He paid child support my whole life. I guess he gets a point for that. But other than that, we have no relationship. My whole life, he told me if I ever wanted to talk to call him. I personally don't think that is a child's responsibility. I think that's a parent responsibility to make sure they have some type of relationship and interaction with their children. So we don't have a relationship. When my mom died, he came to the funeral and he walked past and shook my hand like a stranger and said, "Sorry for your loss." And I haven't seen him since. That holiday season, what was it, Christmas maybe, or Thanksgiving? I don't know. But he had a big celebration in his house. He invited all his family, except me and my children. And I kind of got really upset. And I called him. He lives in Maryland. I called him and I basically went off. I told him everything I felt my whole childhood, and I cried, hyperventilated. Oh, it was a whole thing. I really went crazy in the house. And basically we had a conversation. Then he talked and said he didn't know I felt this way and all these different things. And the conversation, we de-escalated and we were able to converse back and forth. The conclusion was he basically said to me he was going to try to reach out more and be a better father to me, and that he was going to try to call me at least once a week. I'll say he called me the next week, and I can't remember, so I'll say maybe the next week after that. After that, I didn't hear from him anymore, and I think that was January, because, the next time I saw or heard anything from him, he sent me something from, on my birthday from Amazon, and I'm still trying to figure out what it is. Child, it's a light with a flower. It's like, I don't know if he was trying to send me flowers,
With the lake?
but because he lives in another state, he was just trying to send like something that stood for flowers. I'm still highly confused as to what the purpose was. Maybe because he doesn't know me, he didn't know what to get me. That's what maybe I'm gonna check on. But whose fault is it that he doesn't know me? I don't know. But yeah, so there's nothing. I guess if I had to change something, it would just be that he realized that he was the father and it's his responsibility to reach out to his children and make sure he builds and has a relationship with me, because we have none. I feel like if he died today or tomorrow, I would feel nothing because I don't know him. I don't even know when his birthday is or what year he was born, and I'm not even being funny. I'm dead serious. He's just a sperm to me.
So, the one thing I would like to change about my dad, I want him to take more responsibility of the things that he did in the past to not only me, but my mom and my sisters. Like, when I was growing up, I grew up with my mom and dad, and my dad was like my whole world. He was like the king. Like, I love my dad to death. And I feel like he just took a lot of my trust. Like, he hurt me, he hurt my mom, he hurt my sisters, and just never even took credit for it. He never stood up and said, "Oh, well, I'm sorry for this," or "I'm sorry for that." And that's one thing that I don't understand. Like, how can you claim you love me and you wish you would never hurt me, but you have in the past? And when I tell you, because I have told him maybe 3 times, not even a maybe, and at the end of each conversation, he can never say, "I'm sorry, I did this, I did that." He's always the person to point fingers. And I feel I can't handle it. I don't like it. Because I was there. It's not like I'm hearing these things. I was actually physically there for this. To me, it felt cruel. Like you were doing the things you were doing purposely. Like you wanted to hurt us. Just all of us. And when I tell him about it, it's always someone else. "Oh, well, your mom did this. Your sister did this." But he can never take accountability for himself. And I don't like that. And I wish I could change it. And if it doesn't, it's just like, I don't want to be a part of it.
Alright, so one thing I would like to change about my dad, the fact that he's never been forthcoming about why I didn't get to grow up with my mom the way that my siblings did. I'm still almost 28 years old. I've never got the full story as to why he took me from her and I was never able to spend time with her. even then, my dad remarried, and my stepmom raised me from one till now. I have 2 other half brothers and a stepsister, and my dad is just made sloppy choices. Growing up, he stepped out on my mom several times, which caused them to get a divorce. And after the divorce, my dad it's like he divorced my stepmom, he divorced me altogether. We didn't speak for a few years, and I guess I can say I have daddy issues, like, you know, just daddy issues, I guess. Now that my mom has passed or whatnot, you see things differently for what it is when you lose one parent so special to you. I'm only left with him. The fact that I can't change who he is as a person. It's like I'm dealt with the cards that I'm stuck with my dad. Like I said, I have 2 other brothers that he does not speak to. And again, he is the father, we are the kids. He can reach out to them so easily, but, you know, speaking to him about that, oh, your brothers don't call me, they don't do this, do that for me. And my thing is, like, you're the adult. You need to be the parent and reach out. And that's just kind of where I'm at with my dad. I love my dad to death. I know by heart he's not a bad man. He's just not made the best choices regarding his kids or whatnot. And again, after you lose one parent, you just kind of take him for what it is now. So right now, he spends a lot of time with my son, and I'll just leave it at that. That's how I feel. He's a good grandparent, and sometimes I feel like he's maybe trying to be better with my son because he messed up with me and my siblings. But I see now, when I was younger, you know, I was always afraid to speak up to my dad because my dad is a military man. He likes to yell. My dad, I never had a voice until now. And I feel like now, if there's one thing about my dad, like, I just wish he gets it together as far as taking responsibility for everything he's done to me, to my brothers. If not speaking to my brothers, again, he has 2 biracial sons he does not communicate with at all, talk to whatsoever. And to me, that's just, it's unacceptable. I love your dad. It's unacceptable. You have 2 kids, 2 black men you have to help raise, and he's not stepping up. What do you do with that?
So, I love my dad. So, but like, he's just a bad liar. Like, I can tell when he's lying, and then he can't lie right. Like, it just sounds retarded. And so when he lie, he wanna like keep like stuff from me, but he wanna keep things from me, but I'm old enough to understand those things, and I just wanna I want him to talk to me about it instead of keep like sounding weird and like
You be beating around the bush, basically.
yeah, and like I just want him to like, I know I'm short for my age and I don't look like
Almost teenage.
an average person from my age, but I look like a little kid, but he still treats me like a little kid, but I can understand like stuff when he's trying to tell me, like, but he don't say it in a way. It's just I don't know.
But I just love how she come right out and makes it loud because it just not lying to me. Like, so now I be getting talking low in there. Jake be like, because I don't know why. You ready? Or you don't want to do it? You don't have to if you don't want to.
If you don't feel comfortable, you have to be all in.
Right,
That's
right.
why we just had this talking here.
Right, it's no handshakes. If you don't want to do it, then you just don't have to do
It's
it at all.
okay.
No.
It's okay, baby.
Then why are you? Okay, so Sanaya is not going to speak on her relationship with her dad. She decided while we were making the video that she's not ready for that. She's only 11, so I mean it's not a big deal. Whatever. And we're not forcing anything out of anyone. Everybody goes through things and deal with things very differently. So I mean, you know, we're fine with that. We'll move on. Is there anything anybody else wants to say?
I just want to say, even though I feel some type of way towards my dad, at the end of the day, I'm still going to love him. I'm going to love him regardless because that is my dad and he is my only living parent right now. But I still feel the same way. I'll let you know.
I'll say I can't say the same. I don't know him. He is never. I visited him a couple times growing up. I told you I went to Alaska before. He was in the Air Force, so he used to be stationed other places. I went to Oklahoma for Christmas. So I saw him up until by the time I got a teenager, that's when I stopped seeing him. But even those times I saw him, it was like every couple years. It wasn't frequent. I don't know him as a person. The things I do know, I do not like. I feel like if he died today or tomorrow, I don't think I would shed a tear. I don't. How do you mourn for somebody you don't even know? I don't know him. And I will say, I don't think I'm sorry that I don't have a relationship with him. I'm sorry that not having a relationship with him has affected me in so many ways. And they say, oh, this person made me the person I am today. And he has. Not in a positive way. But it's hard for me to trust people. And I also believe that line. I did. My whole life, I used to think it was bullshit. But when they say, your father is your first love, now that I'm older, I highly agree with that. He was my first love, and he didn't love me. Or at least I don't feel like he's loved me. Do you know how hard it is to get into relationships and deal with men when the first person, man that was supposed to love you, you never felt it from him?
Oh, I'd cry. Great.
It's true though.
Like, I know me and my dad started off good, but then to see him break that trust and to after all that happened, it made it feel like he didn't love me, and now it's just like, damn. Now, right, I do gotta deal with these men, and I don't even know what
If my father loved me for this amount of time, and I thought it was unbreakable and endless, now what could a man do that didn't even birth me?
Exactly.
That's deep.
I feel like from my end, my thing is like, sorry, shit.
It is what it is. Your truth.
I just feel like you're right. Like, first of all, you didn't love me, and I feel like with me and my baby daddy broke up maybe 2 months after my son was born, and it's been me and my son ever since. My dad literally showed me I don't need for no man. For what? And when I remember, I never forget this. I'm just gonna give you guys a point. I was pregnant with Gabe, and I was at Columbus State University, and me and Robert went and flew to my dad to go see him for Thanksgiving. And I gave my dad this, sorry, it just makes me so mad. I gave my dad this form for financial aid because I needed money for school. And it was so important because I was having a baby, I wanted to hurry up and get back to school and do this and that. And the whole point of me coming up there, he knew this before we put the tickets. It was, Dad, you got to sign this paper so I can use some of your military money to go to school. And once I got up there, my dad waited and let me believe that he was gonna fill his paper out for me, and he didn't. He didn't fill the paper out for me at all whatsoever. And I remember the rest of the trip was fucked up, and I was so upset at him because he would not fill the paper out working for me. And I remember him and his wife just being like, well, we're going through this and we're going through that. When my parents divorced, my dad divorced me too, and I'm his child. My mom told him he wasn't taking me. That's what she told him. He wasn't taking me. He was like, all right, cool, you keep her then. His hands were washed. And since I was 15, I worked by myself, making my own little money, helped my mom any way that I fucking could, or paid my own little buying shampoo, soap, whatever I needed for myself. Never asked my dad for anything. When I was 18 and I had just graduated high school, because I didn't graduate at the time he wanted me to, I didn't get a brand new laptop like my little sister got because, she should have been graduated, she should have been did this and been did that. So I always felt like my dad was the first person, yes, to break my heart along with the rest of us, and he was the first person to show me that I can only do for myself, because no other man is gonna fucking help you but your own fucking self.
And on that note, I feel like that's why in our black community, our families are so messed up. Because I've always been like that. I can do for me, I don't need nobody. And that's not how we're supposed to be.
That's the
Even in the Bible, that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have a husband. You're supposed to have a family. You're not just supposed to be having kids. You're not supposed to be walking around talking about, I don't need no man. But in the society we grew up in, and us not having fathers and these bad relationships with our fathers, that's what it's come out to be. Do you know how hard, right now I'm in a relationship where I have somebody that's a man, and I have somebody that wants to be a provider, and it's constantly a back and forth because I'm not a man. But my brain, I have to really rework myself because I'm used to being my everything. And I'm still in arguments saying, I don't need you, and then I gotta go back and be like, because it's not right, it's not okay, it's not okay. And then people look at black women too, and we're just mean and nasty and we this and that, because we've had to be. We've had to be the man and woman. We haven't had anyone. You can't just blame us. You can't. You gotta look back and look at everything. Look at the environment. You have to.
Half these black women out here are single mothers, and yes, half of us are raising black men by ourselves. People walk around here, why are you so mad? Why are you so angry? Well, my dad didn't love me, and I got babies, ain't nobody help me take care of.
Same thing for me. I won't even allow any boy. I'm only girl, no age. I'm only 19, and I just won't. I won't date. I just don't, because I'm
not just boys, just people in general. Friends, she does not have a tolerance for anybody. But you know where I think we also get that from now? Because I'm trying to get over, like I'm trying to consciously stop thinking in my mind, but I feel like, for me anyway, when my mom died, my mentality was, fuck anybody. Y'all can leave. If I can deal with her loss,
Oh my God.
I don't need nobody.
Nobody.
But my kid, and that's how I felt. If you ain't one of my kids, baby, this relationship is nothing. I can do without. If I'm still walking this earth without LaVonna, you can keep it pushing.
It's so funny.
But it's not okay to be like that with people either. Because some of the stuff that we getting upset about,
It's little stuff sometimes.
little stuff, and I'm telling you, you can never speak to me again and I'm fine. That's crazy. No, I mean, you know, you gotta sit back and say, that's a bit much. Right, that's a bit much. But you gotta see where we getting it from though. You gotta see, you know, you gotta think
But
about
did you,
people.
I feel like that with him though, cause you know, right before mommy died, I wasn't speaking to my dad for.
Yeah. I
What,
was
2
thinking
years
that,
maybe?
remember, mommy, and when he put me out of the house, my dad put me out of the house,
That's a
and
good point.
I came over to the house crying, and mommy called him and cursed him out.
Mhm.
I didn't speak to my dad until, because I think when I called my cousin was the one that called my dad, was like, oh, yeah, her mom just died, you need to call her. And that is the only reason I feel like,
Yeah.
And I had to call him until you know, because of dating, and I felt like before that you cut me completely off. You got married and said, psh, fuck with y'all.
And
Like,
another point I will make, I don't know about you guys, but I felt like my dad, I don't know what it is, I feel like, again, when they divorced, me and my dad had issues, but sorry guys, but I just felt like my father is very easily influenced by women. And I'm gonna put that in a nice way, I can say that too. That's how I feel. My dad is very easily influenced by women, and I feel like that's probably some of the reason he forgot about his boys, probably some of the reason why me and him beefed. And I feel like if my mom was probably still alive right now, I would not have a relationship with my dad. And it's a battle of wits, I feel like, because it's so hard, because I told you, me and my little brother talk all the time. It's so hard for me to sit here and hear my mom, my stepmom struggling, working all these jobs, and hear my brother needs this and this and this and that, and then go to my dad's house and he bought a new TV and his wife has a new truck.
wow.
And I have to learn,
Just our situation.
and I have to learn to separate the two. I have to learn to let my dad and his house be over here, and I have to learn to keep my relationship with my brothers and my mom over here. It's so hard to mix the two, because I realize now, if I always do that, I'm never gonna have common ground. I'm never gonna be cool, never. And it's so hard.
It's weird because again, this is the first time we all talking about this, and it's just so freaking similar. It's just like my thing is with my dad, you left a whole family, and now you just created this whole new magical family like we didn't exist. And then now that our mom is gone, we have to come back. It's just like
You don't feel like you fit in.
we don't at all. We're a total different block piece. Like we don't fit in.
And it's like, we were the originals.
Right, I was here
How am
first,
fitting
how
into
was-
something else
Right.
that wasn't original.
Exactly.
I think what hurts the most for my dad, I am his first. It's me and my dad. Well, you said you and your dad was your everything. My
He
dad,
prayed for me.
Right.
That's her. That mommy told me all the time. His first daughter and the relationship with her mom wasn't, good. And he prayed for me. And she told me that at a young age. She always told me that because my mom, she wasn't the type like F your dad or when they wasn't together. She wanted me to love my dad. And you telling me this, but he's treating me a whole different way. How you pray for me and you leave me? You abandoned me. You didn't care about my feelings at all. You care about you. You were selfish. And you created this whole new family and just expect me to be family. You was my dad. I don't know. I'm sorry. I told you to calm me down.
and one message for all these men out here that got kids and a family and see the next piece walking want to do the same thing with her. If you know that you're not well equipped to take on more responsibility, please don't start and have a whole other family when you don't take care of your first one. If you're gonna go ahead and do that, then you need to make sure to prioritize the first one and the second one and let that shit mesh together.
But you can't just blame the men too. These
No,
females,
yeah.
how you lay down with somebody every night and you ain't never met their kids, or the man barely got the kid, you don't ask about them? How that work? They selfish too. Some of these women are selfish. They just want their new kids and their husbands, and like they ain't already had kids. I'm just saying.
That's the truth. Period.
So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This one got a little deep too. But just like last time, we'll do a live. So if you have any questions, concerns, anything, you can always DM us, comment on our videos, like, subscribe, everything, share. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.